Retard.
Right, welcome everyone. Welcome. I am currently trying to get a position here where I can actually move the jetway. It's kind of strange. Hey Nico. Yeah, good night to you. Take care. Stay safe. How about, what's it, Delta 23? Let me try Delta 23 then. Let's go reposition aircraft. Let's go parking. It is digital design, yes, exactly forward, yeah. Aaron, did you see the routing that just posted? Was that 23 Delta? There we go. Let's just warp me there. Hey Matthias, how you doing? So, let me have a look here then. Yeah, that doesn't work either, does it? Why? What on earth is going on? Like, why is it doing that? That is just so weird. So how about Delta 41 then?
This parking is isolated. Ground services are not available. This parking is isolated.
Oh,
Ground
God.
services are not available.
Well, it's not going to work, is it? Huh. Blimey. What's this one then? That's D22. All right, let me try it again to set up. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so thanks for joining. Let me just try to reset. I'm gonna use the jetways. Don't know why that's not working. It's kind of strange. Right, so again, for those that are just joining, so FENIX and Amir, developer of the FENIX, has given me a updated file for the flight model. So, hey Senshai, nice to see you. And Sapphire Wave, good evening. So, he posted to me that there's obviously some improvements, and the improvements are supposed to be it resolves the weird flap 3 behavior and has some nicer behavior in the flare landing phase, which is good, so we can try that. So the plan is I'm going to fly from Lyon to Lyon to Asturias. Let's see, that's number D21. And then afterwards, maybe we can do some patterns there to try out that. Oh, hang on, this we got. All right, let me just see. Is that going to work in any ways for the jetways? Why would it be fixed if these is no new FENIX update? Well, no. So what they can do, so when they do an update with the FENIX, they can, you know, they will get feedback. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. So they get feedback, and then if there's anything, you know, really kind of annoying people, be it, you know, in the flare of the aircraft, flight model, whatever, the developers can specifically target or take that feedback and then just change that and have a file, an update being developed and released. What, seriously? You're going to bring one small set of stairs at the rear? Blimey. Yeah, it's like a developer build, exactly. Yeah. Customize airport position. Can't customize assistance. Oh, Christ. I'm not lying. GSX is extremely annoying sometimes. It really is. No joke. Yeah, it's a dev build. It's not even that. I wouldn't even say it's a dev build. I mean, you could say that, but it's the normal FENIX aircraft. It just has one little change to the flight model, or some changes to the flight model, and I only changed the flight model file. Right, so I want to have no jetway. Apply. So that way, what I'm going to do now is I am going to request catering service.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Alrighty, cool. Let's get started. Sapphire Wave, yeah, I just not have the time to change that today. Alright, got a good database there, that's good. I will try to get it set up for the next time. So, flight init. Overlay is good, that's fantastic. Init request. Willing. Willing. 840. I'm trying to pronounce that correct. But people are going to pull my leg anyway now, so I'm not going to listen to you. Alright, welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing good. The alternate is Bilbao. Let's get a wind request going in here. So, willing 84 Sierra. Cool. Well, at least that works. Now we're getting that. Okay, cool. So let's do ground services. That's all fine. Right, let's do my flight. And Amundos, how you doing? Oh, Amondicus, how you doing? Happy flying. Just landed in Ushuaia in southern Argentina. Very scenic place, lots of terrain, steep turbulent approach over mountains, short runways. Nice. Sounds interesting. So it's 6:37 in the morning. So we'll depart at 7:10. So 07:10. So that's about half an hour. Oh, sorry. What? What? Oh, I did. 7:10. Why is that? Yeah, that's 40 something minutes. That's weird. Hold on. So where's my mistake here? So it's actual time 03:32. If I change that to 7:10 Zulu update, it says 1 hour 34 minutes. Right, let me do that. I will leave it at that. That's fine. Cool. So we are going to go here. So current weather right now is 130 at 6. Oh, let me just connect. Sierra 84 Sierra. Right, let's go on VATSIM. Hey, Nicholas and Bob, you said you didn't get an email. No! Oh, God. Ooh, that's a tight... Well, that person was there first. Alright, let me go Charlie 81. Let's see if that works. Charlie 81. I know, right? Right, let's see. Let's see if we get some jetway moving. I doubt it. Aaron, no worries, no worries. All good. You stay there. Right, then let's do the following. Let's make this a no jetway. Apply. Right. What we'll do, we're going to start boarding here. And bonsoir. Hey, and Tati, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Long time no see. I hope you're well. So, request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Up, up. That's a nice 320. But sir, you've just run over a fire engine. Tis, 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 tis. Hey Maximilian, hey Captain, if you were to be a simple aviation agent again, which path to become a pilot would you opt to pursue in the current moment? Maximilian, are we talking about Germany?
Crew boss is coming.
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking, Tapti. Yeah, very well. Had a fantastic rotation. Very nice crew. And yeah, amazing full flights. I'm not kidding you. I think I did... the first 4 flights were all full flights with jump seats. And we talk about 321s as well. So incredibly, incredibly busy. So that's all done. Yeah, so crazy stuff. I mean, but that was really nice. Had some good weather, beautiful, beautiful kind of, you know, interesting approaches. So
Pilot's boarding starting.
let's have a look at that. Doors are opening. In Germany, if I were you, I would go with the flight academy. So that caters Lufthansa, Eurowings, Austrian, Swiss, and so on. I think there you have the best chances to get a contract afterwards at the moment. So I would try to get into one of those courses there. Hey, the flight simulator. How are you doing? Right, boarding starting, nice. So what we're going to do is import that. And let's go ahead and mass and balance. The FENIX EP seems cartoony. Does your... no. So more like the FS... Well, I wouldn't even say more like... Well, a little bit more like the FS Labs, but to be perfectly honest, my real-world EFB looks nothing like this and looks nothing like the well, I would say nothing like, but it doesn't really... You wouldn't really recognize it if you took the FS Labs EFB either, so... It's a completely different setup, really. And you have to realize you just cannot simply copy something like a, you know, let's say you get some pictures, some documents regarding you know, the EFB of Air France or British Airways or Lufthansa, and you actually do a one-to-one copy of it, you're going to get probably copyright infringements with that. So you've got to be really, really careful as a developer to what you develop and how you develop it. Thank you so much, Flight Simmer. That's really kind. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the videos there. Yeah. Alrighty, so we've done all the preparations. In case you're interested, the routing takes us as follows. So we are departing Lyon. It seems like to the south. Check the weather in a minute. We're going to go past Toulouse. There's Toulouse, and then we go cross Biarritz, Bilbao, Santander, and here's Asturias, northern coast of Spain. So that should be a lovely, lovely airport to fly to. And if we're lucky, if the weather is nice, we should have some beautiful views of the countryside there. Really nice. Hey Stepke, hey, how you doing? And Tapti, in real life, flight back from Tunis, we had a swing over to... Oh, nice. Yeah, but in Tapti, the thing is, regarding the swing over, that must have been before the 6th or 7th, wasn't it? Because they closed 25 Center runway. Or was it yesterday? Because they did open it Monday, I know. Yeah, they opened it Monday again. Strangely enough, we didn't have much delays, which I would have thought would have been a bit different in Frankfurt, but yeah, no delays. Hey Steve, how you doing? Alright, got passengers boarding, very nice. Cool. Alright. Oh, okay, so 15th September, yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah. Right, since the passengers are boarding, let me start the APU here. Fueling is finished. Yeah, 6.7 tons. Let me this. What did I look at then? My flight. Oh, you're right. That's a flight time. Yeah, you're right. That's, of course, that's a flight time. Departing. Oh, yeah, but then I'm just wondering about this here. Yeah, but you're right. That's an hour 34 flight time. Yeah. Correct. So, expecting zero fuel weight 59.4. And as you mentioned, a flight time 1 hour 33. It says here, Bilbao, the alternate airport, 1.2 tons of fuel required for that. So the planned takeoff fuel is 6.6, 6.8 block fuel, roundabout. We're close to landing weight. There's not much buffer to landing weight. Extra fuel, 800 kilograms, it says here. The weather, embedded thunderstorms, okay. Probably south of our track there. We've got Cabo K in Asturias, 160 at 5, southerly winds. That's going to be just crosswind, I guess. So good weather. Tomorrow morning rain. Don't care about that. That's way past our landing time. Bilbao, that could be a bit spicy tomorrow. Gusty winds out of the south. and southwest. That always makes a nice weather for turbulence in Bilbao. So that's something to keep an eye on, to be fair. Prop 40, that's actually
Refueling truck is on its way.
moderate
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck
possibility.
arrives and ask to do it.
Lyon right now, yeah, southerly winds, look at that. Southerly easterly winds, 8 knots. So it is southerly departure. That's interesting. So we're going to plan 17 right with the Rep C2 Sierra departure. That makes sense. A Bay of Biscuits, yeah, we get over the Bay of Biscuits. Oh yeah, nice, Untapped, yeah. Yeah, let me know when you've done that.
Passengers boarding starting.
How long does a layover at your airline last, and what city would you recommend to visit in Southern Europe? Southern Europe, for me, if you look towards Spain, I would go with Valencia. Valencia, very beautiful city. Has some very nice cultural things to look at. Also, historically, very nice, very interesting. Good food. Yeah, Valencia is a beautiful town or city. Italy, I would go with Florence and Bologna, obviously, that area. Rome was nice and interesting as well, obviously. So let's go with airport infos here first of all. Let's do that. And then on parking positions. Parking stands, there we go. That as well. And we're going to do departure.
Fuel truck is in position.
That fuel truck, Vriesel. No, Repsi. Where's Repsi? There it is. Repsi 20. So, to the south, 17 right. Repsi 20. Climb to 4.2 dm. Lima Sierra Echo. Intercept radial 174 outbound. Remember, guys, what the... Oh, just there's a noise monitoring points. You're going to be careful when you depart, right? Make sure you stay on your departure route. If you kind of go off, you're going to get a noise report. And that could be expensive. Afterburner, yeah. You also have pictures of the night arrival in Tunis, which is beautiful. Nice. Bologna is always traffic jam? I don't remember the traffic jam last time I was there. So turn right. We go to Victor November Echo. 075 radial course 255 inbound, and then we turn right. Well, actually, we should go a little bit left, Repsi. Yeah, so turn right, obviously 265 to Repsi. Cool. Initial climb level 70. That is pretty straightforward. 70. The weather. Let's sync the preliminary load sheet. Runway 17 right, obviously. 17 right. Sync the weather. And so we got 25 degrees. No, 1025 on the QNH. 19 degrees and 130 at 6. So let's do that at 20 degrees. 20. Boarding is complete. And here I'm going to do 1024. Nice. So the actual QNH is 1025, but just in case it changes 1 hectopascal to the negative, we have already calculated that, so that's why I'm going to put 1024 into the EFB. And that's done. That's good. That's good. Boarding is completed. Is the fuel still there? Oh my god. Well, we'll leave it running for now. Yeah, it's fine. Wow, I need to check. We've got Geneva. Right. Aaron, do you know if we've got control anywhere here? Just make sure that we don't bust anything. Oh, we do. There's Marseille Control. Marseille Control, and that's 124.65. Is it? It's 12465. Is that the one? Yeah, that's Marseille Control. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. Thank you much. Alrighty, we'll put that in there. 12465. Cool. Packs. Yeah, let's do packs off takeoff. Get practice with that. Optimum config. So initially, oh yeah, intersection.
2 kilograms, continue descent 5,000 feet, Marseille QNH 1025.
So, intersections. So if you plan Lyon 17 right, obviously you can shortcut that bit. It's a long runway, 4,000 meters. So we normally calculate with Alpha 3 intersection. Hey Henry, is an RNF SID? Yes, it makes things a bit easier as well, since you don't have to conventionally follow radials, etc. So you are... I'm just change that. So let's go 122.8 initially, so I don't hit the ATC all the time. Yeah, so the RNAV departure, obviously, it's an area navigation departure, and those would be obviously easy to fly. With GPS updating, obviously, a lot more accurate as well. But this is pretty much a conventional SID. So it doesn't say RNAV anywhere, especially up here. It doesn't say RNAV, so this is conventional SID, meaning you have to select the stations upon which the departure is based on. So we need to dial in Lyon and Vienne. So Lima Sierra Echo and also Victor November Echo. Hey, Lidors and Charlie, how you doing? Thinking of getting GSX, but always see more bugs. So, I would say this: if you really are into programming stuff, and if you have the time and the energy to do that, then I think you will be all right with GSX. It's just me. I am honestly, I just don't want to spend time on having to find workarounds and install files that are downloaded somewhere from the internet to get GSX working on each airport. Yeah, it's personal preference. Again, if you don't mind that, I don't see that you'd be unhappy with it. All right, got minus 59 degrees up there. That's pretty cold. Tropopause today is TP 40,000 feet in the climb. 41,000 feet in the climb. So we're going to enter that here. Yeah, that's already entered. We have a preliminary load sheet. So actually, no, we don't. We have a final one already. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's the final load sheet. So edition number 2. So we've got 0 fuel weight, 59.4. Ah, okay, Senshai. Yeah, but the thing, so Senshai is someone who's very, very knowledgeable on on these topics. So he's someone who can find workarounds a lot easier than me. So that's the CG for 0 fuel weight, and the fuel is 6.8 rounded up, so 6.8. We set 1.2 alternate fuel, put that in there, and 1.2 tons final fuel. That gives a bit of extra for the approach later on. Yeah, Bob, yeah. I know. So Resor, no, Repsy. Yes, Aaron, I know, don't worry. He will. Trust me, I'm in very close contact with Senshai, Aaron. Right, so we're gonna do the wind in Asturias is 160 at 5. Yeah, so it should be a VOR approach or something. Or a circling approach. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a circling approach, shall we? So let's try Alice Zulu 29 with a circling approach. Yeah, caramba. Amaka to Charlie. And then it's approach via. Oh, God. Let's have a look at the charts then. Right, so let's do LEAS here. Ground charts, airport info, and parking stands. So the landing runway has a length of 2,200 meters, and the approach. So Amaka to Bravo. No, to Charlie. There we go. So that's the arrival, and so that's going to be via Romeo. So the approach will take us Zulu approach ILS 29 via Romeo, and then we'll do a circling, and the pattern altitude then will be about. That's pretty low. That's 660 feet. Oh, that's brilliant. So that's 650 feet above the ground, and 1,070 altimeter reading. So Romeo it is then. Cool. There we go. Insert. Let's go airport here. Let's check the. Yeah, that way we can test the manual flying feel of the aircraft. So there we go. Yep, that's a good arrival route straight onto the final. I'm happy with that. So that's that. What else? So in A page, in B page is filled out, correct. RATNAV. Well, actually, flight plan page is already filled out. No discontinuities in there. Cool. RATNAV set. Performance. So for our departure, we're going to sync the final load sheet. So 66 tons takeoff weight, packs off. And we want to have the Alpha 3 intersection, shift 1100 meters. And that gives a flex 65 and 1 down 3. So 1 down 0.3, shift 1100 meters. And the speeds 145, 145, 147. Oh, our co-pilot. Totally forget about him. Hold on. So what I want to do, control options. I want to go with, yeah, so that's correct one there. That's the correct model. So I want a FENIX with FS2 cruise setup. Cool. Hold on, what's not happening there? FENIX. There we go. Okay, so then we want to have the black box website info. So we actually doing NDP 1 today. It's a slightly different procedure. So that means we're going to have 2330 for the thrust reduction, and the acceleration is 3830. Engine out acceleration is in 2,400 feet, and the procedure is straight ahead and neck put to hold. So I'm just going to fix info Lima Fox, where is it? Lima Fox Lima Lima, 17 right. And the track is 174 degrees. And then the next one is going to be neck crew to hold. Nice. Right, there we go. So that's just straight out in case of engine failure to neck crew to hold there. Terrain mode is on. Last thing to do is go secondary flight plan, copy the active, and then just do a return flight plan in case anything goes wrong. And then we're going to fly the approach 17 left ILS. No star and no via. What's the difference between Zulu Yankee? Yeah, it all depends. So sometimes it has a sometimes it has a different approach path. Sometimes it has a different missed approach path. So it just says to the pilot, be careful. There are different procedures concerning these different approaches. So even though it's an ILS approach, so the final approach pretty much is normal from the final approach point. Sorry, yeah, but the the rest could be different in terms of initial approach, intermediate approach, or the missed approach. Good. Where's my co-pilot? Where is my co-pilot? Here he is. Hold on. So let me just fill out the... when you chose QNH 1 hectopascal down earlier, did you choose a downward trend because notice that trend? No. No, because that just means it's a negative trend. So if the QNH goes up, then you don't have a negative impact on performance. If it goes down, then it does have a negative impact on performance, and you would need to recalculate your takeoff performance. So that's why 1 hectopascal, you just put that in, and normally it doesn't go by 2 hectopascal in half an hour, right? That's a very fast trend. It can happen, but really rarely. But yeah, that's why we do 1 hectopascal less. Right, where's my... There it is. So weather is good. Config is 1 plus F. We've got takeoff runway 17 right. Thrust is a reduced thrust. Radar is not required. Pushback not required. Threats is let's say terrain. Speed. So we've got 145, 145. And V2 is 147. Flex temperature is 65. Cruising is, I think, 370. Transition is in 5000. Thrust reduction is in 1500. Bitstrom. Okay, that's fine. Are you ready for the departure brief? Go ahead. So we have departure 17 right, intersection Alpha 3. The Rep C2 Sierra departure, initial climb at level 70. Sector for our departure route is as follows. Yes, Alpha Wave, pleasure. So we have initially the sector of 3,200 feet until we're past Victor November Echo. Then it gets higher, 6,000, and then the grids are even higher than that, 8,000 there. Extra fuel, we have currently approximately 800 kilograms according to the flight plan, extra. Hotspots for taxi out, I don't see any hotspots. It's pretty straightforward. So pushback facing north. Then it's probably Tango Charlie, Tango to Alpha 3. In case engine failure, just proceeding straight out. Acceleration for engine out is in 2,400 feet, and track to Nekpu to go to hold there. So once we have the engine secured and we have at least 3,200 feet and we're within that sector, we can get radar vectors. I would assume, yeah, left-hand radar vectors are better. We're going to climb 4,000 in that case, get the ILS approach 17 left for landing. We will be slightly above max landing weight. So important things: start the APU, use APU bleed for the packs. Config 3, config 4, config full approach, obviously both are possible. And then full reverse, and after standstill we will make sure that we put the brake fans on. Yes, Marseille is on, so we're going to get the clearance in a second. Good. Operational. Nothing special. Threats, guys. Currently, apart from terrain, I don't see any major threats. Cool. Let's get the clearance. There's no ATIS here, so. Marseille Control, bonsoir from Willing 84 Sierra. We at Lyon, requesting clearance to Asturias, please.
Willing 84 Sierra, salut, identified. Correction, you are clear to Asturias via the 17 right runway, VATSIM Sierra, departure score 5601.
Heading 84 Sierra is cleared to Asturias, 17 right, Repsi 2 Sierra, departure, squawk 5601.
That's correct, report ready, start and push.
Work out. 5601. Any questions? No questions. Cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity: 6,720 kilograms balanced. Seat belts on. ADIRS. NAF. Baro ref. QNH 1025 set. 1025 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed. Rightio, let's do the following. Let's go get everything working here. Make sure that we have the doors in flight before we push back. Transponder goes on.
Marseille Control, good evening. This Echo is on. Flight level.
That fueler, are you kidding me?
Swift to Echo, hello, identified, direct to Mazi, and I will need an even level out of you. Would you prefer 38 or 400?
Flight level 38.
Roger, Swift to Echo, descend for level 380 and direct to Mazi.
Direct to Mazi, flight level 380, Swift to Echo.
Aaron, I'm getting used to it. I am getting used to it. Hey, Stefan. It's called FS2 Crew. So hang on, let me just type that for you.
French 04, Mike on frequency.
Oh, sorry. Misspelled that. There you go. So that's how you can find that, yeah. They have a website. Ruling 84 Sierra at Lyon, Charlie 81, the position requesting push and start, please.
Running 84 Sierra, push and start approved, face north on Romeo.
Facing north onto Romeo, pushback and startup approved. Ruling 84 Sierra.
Wait, is that black box?
Merci beaucoup. Right.
Oh, hello.
So let's do prepare pushback departure. I'm not sure, Bob. Let me just see. Yeah. Hey, Cyanide. Yeah.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So I dropped your file. It's just one file, correct? So drop the file into the folder. Actually, I just took the old flight model out and placed your flight model file in there. Oh, no worries, French Gap. All good, all good.
Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, let me go up in this view so I can get the pushback. Right, onto Romeo. Romeo is this one here, facing north. It's a long pushback. A long pushback.
Mike, bonsoir, identifié direct à Black. Direct à Black, 04 Mike. Correct, dévié à Black, joignez-les à Black 7 Romeo. À Black 7 Romeo, je vais get any traffic control over for station calling readability 2x5, say again position.
There's a software patch also, but where is it if you didn't apply? Okay. Still work. Get flap 3 nosed it then. Well, what about flap full then, Cyanide?
Exiting from editing mode. Please wait.
I'm not sure about your position, first, am I? I can 456, you're in the north.
So
of
again,
Paris, I do not
first
cover
time
that
it doesn't
area.
work.
Please continue with
So
Unicom
we need to do it
122
again.
Decimal 8, goodbye.
122 Decimal 8, Unicom. Sierra 456, goodbye.
Air France 13 Charlie Lima, stand Delta 22 ready for push and start.
Air France 13 Charlie Lima, push and start approved, face north on Romeo. Careful, another company, actually another traffic A320 Boeing is pushing back as well on Romeo.
Roger, push and start approved, facing north to Romeo, and we'll be advised for the traffic. Thank you very much.
Marseille, bonsoir, French Baguette 177, flight level 170 inbound Cotit. French Baguette 177, bonsoir, identified, kilometer level 340. Climbing flight level 340, French Baguette 177, thank you.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Can I apply the software patch afterward? No, I can't. Can I? I would restart the app.
French Baguette 04 Mike, direct Mike uniform Sierra.
Before start checklist. Parking brake. Set. Takeoff speeds and thrust. V1 145, VR 145, V2 147, flex temp 65.
245 is on flight level 230.
Set and checked.
245, correct
V1
identified, call you back for lower.
145, VR 145, V2 147, flex temp 65 degrees. Windows.
And for 245, you're
Closed.
clear at the Milpa 5
Beacon.
Sierra arrival, expect pilots
On.
17 left.
Before start
Milpa
checklist
5 Sierra,
completed.
expecting 17 left, with 245.
French Gap? You mean if I ever come to Lyon again? Or which sector would that be?
Marseille control for French Baguette 177. J'écoute. I think I have got a mistake in my flight plan. Can you confirm me the final level? I have 340 final flight for you. Roger, thank you. Do you request higher?
Starting engine 2. Okay.
I'll call you back shortly, French Baguette 177. Roger, any level available this time. Roger, thank you. Swiss 245, when ready, descend level 180, cross Milbad level. And ready, flight level 180, Milbad level, Swiss 245.
Lovely heat blur there. Lovely. Nice. Yeah, in real life. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fantastic. Cool. Yeah, let me know. Hey, Eternal. Yeah, thanks for joining. Again, guys, you know, DCS lives through the community. So we're still trying to find out, you know, what's best and you know, the best way to go forward. Starting engine 1. Okay. Parking brake set.
Ladies and gentlemen, all portable electronic equipment
French Baguette 177, direct to Nocas.
as we are now about to start
Direct to
our
Nocas,
pre-flight
French Baguette
safety
177.
briefing. We are now going to take you through our safety procedures and equipment. As this information is for your benefit, we ask you to watch and listen carefully. The safety card in your seat area shows details of escape routes, oxygen masks and life jackets. It also shows the bracing position which you must adopt in an emergency landing. On the main deck there are 2 exits at the rear of the first class cabin and 2 at the front and rear of each other cabin. On the upper deck there is an emergency exit on each side in the middle of the cabin.
Flight control check.
In the event of having to use the escape slide,
Flight control check.
hand baggage
Ready.
behind and remove
Full
high
up.
heel shoes as they may tear the
Full
slide.
down. Neutral. Full left.
Alpine 7
Full
Charlie
right.
Lima, direct Mike Uniform.
Neutral. Rudder.
Direct
Full
Mike
left.
Uniform Sierra Alpine
Full
7
right.
Charlie Lima.
Neutral. After start checklist.
After
Anti-ice.
Baguette 177.
Off.
Correct.
Ecam
Sector
status.
340 would be great
Pitch trim.
for this course.
30%. Set.
Set.
Set and checked. Rudder trim. Neutral. After start checklist completed.
Baguette 15 Charlie, bravo pour le centre, bonsoir.
Hey Sim Caesar, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
If the cabin air supplies fail,
Oh yeah, by the way guys, so I did another very
Charlie, bravo, monte au niveau 2, 0.
successful flight
stay in your seat and pull a mark.
with Mark Menindley in the Challenger.
Charlie Bravo, direct Montélimar.
So that was really cool.
Direct Montélimar, French Baguette 15 Charlie, bravo.
Breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it. Do make
Willing
sure your
84
own
Sierra,
mask
request
is
taxi.
before helping anyone else.
Willing 84 Sierra, Roger, taxi, Romeo, then Tango, holding point runway 17 left, caution 17 right, report ready for departure.
Could new subscribers please make your way
Okay,
to the first class cabin?
Willing 84 Sierra, just confirm Romeo, is it Tango Delta that you want to go, and then Tango, and we appreciate Alpha 3 for departure, Willing 84 Sierra.
Oh, Roger, then you may taxi Romeo, Tango Delta, Tango, holding point Alpha 3.
Merci beaucoup. So Romeo, Tango Delta, Tango, and holding point Alpha 3, 17 right, Willing 84 Sierra. Cool.
French Baguette 04 Mike, when ready, descend
Thank you
level
so much
1,
to
caution descent level 0,
Basic.
0 to the level Mike Uniform Sierra.
Take your point of 0,
Clear left. Clear left side. Clear right side. Thank you so much. Yeah, it does. So the
French Baguette 15 Charlie Bravo, vous désirez
the announcement is with the FS2 crew. Yeah, AFO.
Non, on garde le niveau 280, French Baguette 15 Charlie, bravo.
D'accord,
Brake
montez
check.
de 80 s'il vous plaît, je vous vois aussi au centre soir.
Pressure 0.
On monte au 280, French Baguette 15 Charlie.
And Peter Mooney, hi, how are you? Nice to see you guys.
If you have any questions, please
Alpine 7 Charlie Lima, when ready, descend level 080, level at Mike Uniform Sierra. When ready, descend level 80, level to Mike Uniform Sierra, Alpine 7 Charlie Lima. Switch 245, descend level 110, cross Canada.
So the next one to the
Right, 110.
right, Tango Delta there. That should be Tango
Welcome
Delta.
aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel Experience.
It's
Could new
level
subscribers
110
please
to be
make their
level
way
up.
to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight infotainment
Ah,
will be
okay,
served.
Cyanide.
Thank you.
Just reading message there. So the huge ballooning going flat 2 to 3 has been eliminated. But that was with the software update, okay. Yeah, I'm more interested though regarding the flare behavior, for sure. And Sim Caesar, thank you so much. gifting another sub on the channel.
To confirm, join Tango via Tango.
That's 132 gifted subs in total. Gifting one to Peter Mooney. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Marseille Control.
Yeah, so fly bad. The only thing really
Flight level 340.
people struggle with initially is the voice setup.
When ready, descend flight level 290, level by Vivar, airline 781.
Correct, and you're clear to Vivar.
Okay, that's copied cyanide, yeah. Yeah, so what we're going to do in Asturias, we're going to do the circling. So definitely some hands flying. Taxi checklist. Flight controls, checked. Checked. Flap setting. Config 1+F. Config 1+F. Radar and predictive wind shear system. On auto. On and auto. Engine mode selector. Normal. Ecamp memo. Takeoff no blue. Taxi checklist completed.
Charlie Bravo, direct Mindy.
Direct Mindy, Foxtrot, French Baguette 15, Charlie Bravo.
Oh yeah, and cyanide. What kind of sensitivity settings do you use for the joystick pitch axes? I'll need to check because, yeah, this is FS2 crew. Hey, Poutine Flyer, how you doing? Sorry, Owen. Hey man, here how do you have that thing on the top of the screen that shows? Yeah, that's cool. And predictive wind shear system.
Correct.
On and auto. Set and checked. After landing checklist completed. Oh no, it's done that again. Hold on, let me restart that.
Calling 84 Sierra, line up and wait, fire Alpha 3, runway 17 right, report ready for departure.
Willing 84 Sierra via Alpha 3, line up and wait, runway 17 right, I call you ready for departure. Linear, okay. Yeah, I have the Warthog as well, so linear. So there's no changes. How do you get that? It's sorry, Sim Toolkit Pro. They have a website. Just type in Sim Toolkit Pro and Google that.
73 Charlie Lima, speed 280 knots or less. 280 knots or less.
So let's see if that is picked. Oh, hang on. Taxi checklist. Flight controls, checked. Checked. Flap setting, config 1+F. Config 1+F. Radar and predictive wind shear system. On and auto. Engine mode selector. Normal.
I thought I was here for takeoff.
Takeoff no blue.
Love this game.
Taxi
Hope all is
checklist
well,
completed. Thank you so much. Let me just dial those values in again because they've been deleted. So 145, 145, 147, flex temperature 65, 370.
6245, turn left heading 230.
So let's do that.
Welcome aboard.
Line up checklist.
Takeoff
runway.
Could new subscribers please
confirmed.
Make your way to
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach path clear of traffic.
Will be served. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff.
What are your intentions after NOCAS? I do not have an arrival or further routing.
Set and checked. Set and checked.
We have planned
line up checklist.
Alfa Romeo NDB. For the RNP
restart
runway
the checklist.
15 at ORBX.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Runway 17 right confirmed. TCAS, TARA. Pax 1 and 2.
177, are you able to direct Alfa Romeo from position?
Lineup checklist completed. Right, so No
We are
changes.
able to Alfa Romeo
Climbing
to
70
direct
on that
Alfa
departure
Romeo
route.
from current position, but the Alfa Romeo NDB overshoot.
And big thank you to Brain Compile as well.
approach.
Thank you so much. And Ed Force 5 again. Thank you for the 54
Roger,
months.
but you are able to direct Alfa Romeo?
And Brain Compiler, thanks for the 21 months. I hope you're doing well, guys.
Roger, then direct Alfa Romeo.
Direct Alfa Romeo from the Baguette 177.
Willing 84 Sierra, ready for departure.
Willing 84 Sierra, wind 130 degrees 8 knots, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
17 right, clear takeoff. Willing 84 Sierra. Ready? Ready. Takeoff. Check.
Swiss 245, descent 3000 feet.
3000 feet, Swiss 245.
Manflex 65, SAS, auto thrust blue.
And Swiss 245,
Checked.
left
Thrust
heading
set.
205, clear the left approach, runway 17 left.
Heading 205 and clear direct. 17 left, Swiss 245.
Air France 13 Charlie Lima from Alpha 3 line up and wait
checked.
runway 17 right.
Wedge runway 17 right, direction Air France 13 Charlie Lima.
Pushback 04 Mike, avisez la vitesse aux arrivées, 134 475.
B1, rotate.
La vitesse 134 475, fin Brigade 04.
Runway line 7821,
Positive
7
climb.
Romeo arrival,
Gear up.
descent level 250.
Silver 7 Romeo arrival and descent
Gear
to
up.
flight level 250 for airline 7821.
Marseille from French Baguette 177.
Go ahead.
Alfa Romeo NDB is out of our flight plan. Can we have heading to reach him?
I thought so. It's okay. You can turn left heading 280.
Thrust climb.
Heading left to heading
Thanks,
280
Aaron.
Baguette 177.
French Baguette 15 Charlie Bravo, trafic devant vous, je suppose que c'est le même.
So packs are on, he said.
Vous voulez
Fantastic.
également un cap pour le suivre?
So we're NDP 1, meaning we only have the thrust reduction. So 3,000 feet above the ground,
Baguette 15 Charlie Bravo.
we'll get the acceleration phase. Yeah, flaps were set. 1%.
French Baguette 15 Charlie Bravo, tournez à gauche, cap 280.
French Baguette 15
So-
Bravo, tourne à gauche 280.
Here we go. Thrust climb, alt blue.
Willing 84 Sierra identified, continue climb to level 150.
Climb level 150, willing 84
Welcome
Sierra.
aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel.
So 1,500.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Runway line 7821,
Good
continue
evening,
descent to level
25 knots
180.
time, fly fast.
Doing the descent flight level
Thank you much.
180,
Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
airline 7821.
Solowix, how are you doing?
Charlie Lima, report speed to arrival 134.
Merci, merci.
475. Good night.
Speed to arrival 134,475.
Thank you so much for the 25 months.
Charlie Lima, merci, bye-bye.
Air France 13 Charlie Lima, ready for departure.
Ready for departure, Air France 13 Charlie Lima.
Air France 13 Charlie Lima, no delay, wind 130 degrees 8 knots, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
17 right, clear for takeoff, Air France 13 Charlie Lima.
Flap 0.
245, continue approach,
Speed
traffic on
checked.
departure, parallel runway.
Flaps 0.
Go in, Swiss 245.
Beautiful countryside.
Willing 84 Sierra, direct to Agen, climb to level 330.
Direct to Agen and climb level 330, willing 84 Sierra. So 33,000.
Echo, contact Swiss radar 128.050, goodbye.
Set standard. Standard cross checked. Passing flight level 059. Now,
To confirm
checked.
128.050.
Alright, nice.
After control good day, Turkish 3, Echo with passing flight level 150. Timing for 190.
Turkish Echo Whiskey, bonsoir, identified, climb to level 330, direct to Red.
Beautiful countryside here as well.
Direct got
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
To confirm Red.
Red sea, correction. taxi takeoff.
Air France 13 Charlie Lima identified, continue climb flight level 270.
Continue climb flight level 270, thank you very much, Air France 13 Charlie Lima.
245, wind 130 degrees, 8 knots, runway 17 left, clear to land, report vacated. 17 left.
Right, yeah, so I have been following some of the community comments on, well actually some people in my community have actually bought the 4090 graphics card. Well, I think only Chavez has installed it. You're right. Yeah, Astor, yours arrived today, but not many people have actually installed it already. So we're passing 10,000.
Report your final requested level.
Boarding 84 Sierra, requesting 350, please.
Boarding 84 Sierra, Roger, climb level 350.
Merci beaucoup, climbing 350 aus Vueling 84 Sierra. Landing lights off. Seat belts off.
Massive hello, Liberia 229er, heavy amount with Argus, flight level 190.
60 FPS at 4K with everything maxed.
229, bonsoir, identified, climb flight level 2.
Raw, 4K, no DLSS. Seriously?
Climbing flight level 230, Liberia.
With what aircraft? FENIX?
Correct, and what's your requested final level?
And what CPU do you have?
6 drive past Liberia 229.
In this direction of flight, odd level only, 35 or 330.
Well, that would be,
maybe
oh my god.
370.
No, I'm like, I was so sure I'm not going to get the 4090. Right. It's weird, because at the moment I've only kind of heard people commenting positively on using VR.
Pushback 177, you are now 5 miles away from your destination. Report ready.
I said just for VR, I don't see it's worth getting.
Currently
it's 2080 Ti.
On this current heading, you are neither 5 miles away from destination.
How come your English is quite oh, I've lived in England for 5 years, Maximilian.
We would ask you at 80 nautical miles, so in this case we are ready for descent.
Yeah.
We get 177.
Can somebody, one of my moderators, please allow Astur to publish a link? Thank you.
Descent flight level 280,
oh, look at that.
report ready Alfa Romeo. We get 177.
That is lovely. So we're heading towards Toulouse right now.
Christopher 5, cross runway 17 right, and at discretion taxi to stand up choice, goodbye.
Crossing 17 right, approved and stand up choice.
Direct to Argent. Let's go high airways here. So, yeah, so we can see it's 8-0 for the grid right there. It's 7-8, 8-5, and obviously as we get close to the Pyrenees Mountains, it's going to get a bit higher there as well later on. But right now, not too bad.
Iberia 229er for climb, turn right heading 270.
Right, hang on, let me just see.
So Iberia 229er, apologies, turn right heading 270, climb to level 370.
Right 270 and
So Astrid, there we go. I just given you permission to post a link. Go ahead if you like.
Okay, take a whiskey direct to Alpha Golf.
Yeah, 222 to Toulouse. Yeah, that was funny.
Get 177, continue descent flight level 200.
Continue descent flight level 2.
Yeah, 60 FPS.
We get 177.
But inside the cockpit as well, or just outside? Wow, 15 gigabyte of VRAM usage. Well, you said ultra, right? So ultra settings. Blimey.
France Baguette 177 for Marseille.
Go ahead.
Is it possible to proceed directly?
Yeah, don't worry, I believe you. Don't worry,
to
Asturias.
speed
All
of,
good.
Alfa Romeo NDB?
Yeah, so Maximilian, my father was in the German Air Force.
So you wish to do the NDB
And he was
approach
an
or
instructor
NP
pilot
approach?
in for the Tornado,
we
and they did
expect,
the Tornado
NP
training in the UK,
Baguette 177.
long time ago. That was in
Roger, then,
1983 to 1988.
Direct Lima Whiskey 402 France Baguette 177. Thank you very much.
Air France 12 Kilo, SSL 350, hello.
I'm kind of, I don't know. If you look at the prices of the 4090, we talk about what, 2,000 euros minimum. To me, that is just such a huge amount of money for a graphics card, and I'm pretty sure my PC housing is not big enough to be able to take that GPU. So I would need to get a new housing. Man. And then my good friend Mark, he said, you know, what do you really expect as an improvement out of that? And I said, well, you know, having a nice 30 FPS, 60 FPS stream, it may just be a bit smoother. But he said, well, you know, your stream looks fine as it is. You know, if you just want to, you know, please your viewers, there's no need to upgrade. I have a 1000 watt PCU. So Stefan, I got a new PC, I think 2 years ago. Yeah, no, actually it was last year, October. And because of that, I got the 12900K, and I knew that at some point, you know, the graphics card will need more power. So I already bought a 1000 watt PSU for that. So that's okay. I have that. In Germany, in Germany at the moment, oh yeah, cyanide, that's the thing. Yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting that. So because the 4000 series cards can also encode AV1, which maybe, if Twitch supports it, the stream quality will go up. Okay, so that's something I will need to find out, Cyanide, to see if that improves. Oh, TCAS, traffic there. Where did he come from? Lol, I just thought that spot there was on my monitor. I was like, what? But it's not. It's on the windshield. How's the FENIX performance compared to fly-by-wire or the P&G? I think P&G is pretty much the same, isn't it? It's just a fly-by-wire may get 5 FPS better. It's not much difference. So I don't hear anybody complain about FENIX performance. And Sanchez says the VRAM, so the FENIX is using more VRAM, okay. And that kills the FPS for you. What graphic card do you have, Senshai? Oops, where is that traffic? Guys, French Baguette, what airline is that? Is that a virtual airline or something? Like One Engine Out? It can't be a real call sign. Ah, okay. Yeah. Oui, oui.
Sorry for that,
yeah, French Baguette.
Left heading 245, climb to level 310.
Left 245, climb 310.
Dobro, hello to you.
Go ahead, and what's your requested final level?
Air France 13 Charlie Lima, flight level 370, possible.
Roger, I'll call you back for that. Air France 13 Charlie Lima, 370 is occupied with a faster traffic. I can offer you 35 or 39 now.
No problem, well, 35 would be perfect. Thank you very much.
Voyager.
Roger, then Air France 13 Charlie Lima on the heading, climb to level 35.
No,
expect the
German sausage.
Roger, on present heading, climb level 350.
Yeah, I think German sausage would be funnier.
Pushback at 177, descend to flight level 100.
Brezel. German Brezel.
At 177, descend flight level 100.
Yes, it is. So
flight level 100,
it's just it has a different. It's a different generation where at a certain altitude the peaks are just not shown. So you can see the water there. So that's Montpellier. I think it's got Montpellier. That's there. You got Toulouse coming up there. Hey Creeks, do you still fly the FS Labs? For the A321 flights. At the moment I have a problem, Creeks, and that is
5,000 feet, QNH 1025.
in P3D I sometimes get like 50, my FPS dropped down to 15, 16 FPS. It happens when I use chase plane, and I don't know what it is. So streaming is like hit and miss. So if I stream, I can literally phase, suddenly getting like only 15 FPS, and then I have to restart the sim. Oh yeah, the sunshades, yeah. Direct to Tango Sierra Romeo. Thank you so much. Ruling 840.
To confirm, Sierra November Romeo.
Sierra November Romeo. Oh, yeah, there we have it. Thank you. Yeah, I sort of saw Sierra November there as well. Nice, that's a nice direct. Hey, sorry, hang on. Astur, hold on, where is he? There he is.
Figured Alpha, you were approved to leave for how many minutes?
Oh, yeah, Bob, thanks for the reminder on that topic. Thank you, Astur. Looking at that now. Peter, hey, you changed your GPU from a 3080 to 3090 some days ago.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
And got a very nice offer from a friend, and I must say it's way better than great improvement. Okay, so is it because of VRAM? Or how much faster is that?
Pushback at 177 via Lima Whiskey 402, cleared RNP approach runway 15, report established.
Via Lima Whiskey 402, cleared RNP approach runway 15, report established. Get 177.
Guys, if you haven't followed that, there's a discussion going on regarding P3D version 6. Now, at the moment, it's more or less rumors, isn't it? 122.8, merci beaucoup, and I'll get in contact with you, ruling 840. Good night.
Ciao. And France Lima as well, Unicom 122-7.
That's really cool. So real world professional controller there. Very nice. So, yeah, so apparently there is a rumor out that there could be a version 6 in P3D prepared with it using the Unreal Engine. So the Unreal engine, graphics engine. I am not a programmer, so I don't know exactly if it's, easily possible or what it would, need, if the old kind of add-ons would work, especially the airport add-ons or scenery add-ons. Hey, Vulcustos, good evening. How are you doing? So yeah, that's the thing, right? So exactly. So the problem Prepared has now is that if the visuals aren't, or the performance aren't that much better compared to Microsoft and X-Plane, then why would you go and buy it, Outstar, and then having to buy on all these add-ons again? So Real Deal says it's not possible, and the add-ons will be broken. So imagine that. So the only real reason for me, let's just say for myself, to buy a P3D version 6 with the Unreal Engine is if I get insane performance and then having the same kind of basic scenery as we have here in Microsoft. So world scenery, right? Satellite graphics, and then having the ground buildings, trees, etc., then being just rendered in automatically. So that you would only have to get airport add-ons. Yeah, hey Bruno. So that's a question, right? It's something, but that even though, so Bruno, let me just finish my sentence there. So even if it were true that Prepared brings out version 6, at the moment I cannot see myself buying it and using it because of the expenses it will bring. Yeah, so hey Solid Wings, welcome back. Yeah, so Voyager, the thing is for me, as far as that's why I've been somewhat negative on Prepared lately, is because I have issues with it, and I even went as far as installing on a secondary drive Windows 10 just to see if I have less issues on Windows 10 with P3D, but issues were still there in parts. So I honestly do not know what a motivation or a motivator could be for me to use P3D in the future. So as much as I love the add-ons there, don't get me wrong, right? Prepared with FS Labs, the PMDG 747, but we already know that, for example, PMDG will bring out the 747 and 777 in Microsoft Flight Sim. Right? So there's one less argument to go back to P3D. And then you've got FS Labs saying they are looking into getting their, or at least an Airbus into Microsoft Flight Sim. I'm pretty sure they didn't say A320, they just said Airbus, and left out a bit of speculation there, about the type, or exact type coming to it. So, yeah, I just do not know why I should continue to use P3D in the end. Yeah, Voyager, and especially when you look at how much data storage you need for these different flight sims. Yeah, as to for me, I have literally, regarding P3D, I've not, well, I mean, no, I don't think I have bought anything for P3D in a very long time. I was gifted a new scenery for it, Geneva, but again, I still have issues, with that 15 FPS drop at the moment. Bob says he just wants better enhanced atmospherics in P3D. That would be fine by me. Okay. Yeah, the weird thing is, the best weather radar simulation up to now that I've seen is actually P3D. So that was the most fun to use there with Active Sky. And And oh yeah, the weather radar. That's another discussion. Interestingly enough, so Bruno said, someone else said that Microsoft Flight Sim does have a functional weather radar system, or at least it simulates, radar returns in some of the default aircraft with the default weather radar system. But of course, that is fine per se. But if it's such a deal for add-on makers like FENIX, like PNG, to actually have it implemented in the aircraft, then something's still very wrong. Right? It should not be so hard to get that working in these add-ons. From the side of Asobo, not from the developers here. But having Asobo help them. Well, that's great. So Antapti, I'm happy that you're still really enjoying P3D and FS Labs. If it's working nicely for you, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. For me, I just have issues with it. Okay. So far it is now. They couldn't implement because of the WASM. Okay. Yeah, at Force 5, also stability is a big issue for me as well.
Good night, Black Box.
Stepke, thank you so much for joining today. Thanks for hanging out, Stepke. Take care. I mean, if you like on Thursday, should be interesting stream on Thursday with lots of abnormals coming in. Thank you so much. They could now, but people don't like the standard. Ah, okay. So, okay. All right. So you can only request a 2D image of to the sim, and not request a weather data structure, like with the add-ons like Active Sky. Okay. Thank you so much. Hang on, let me just check. Thank you much, Cyanide. Okay. May I share that link, Amir, with this community here? All right. Let me just. So Amir is referring to this his answer on the forums here. So let me go through that. Let me post that on YouTube as well. So yeah, thank you much for that. So. I can read that to you if you like. So there was this discussion going on before, so Amir posted, I don't think you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Instead of words, I guess I'll take you guys down the debug journey for this issue and let you look at yourself. So here are the issues. Apparently wing stall in flaps full config when landing at the MCDU's computed V approach. Usually with offside wind, and you're doing big bank angles and in flap full config. So he posted a video in that link as well. So you can see the right wing just basically gives up. Secondly, the complete sluggishness of the aircraft's vertical speed in relation to pitch change. It is important to note here that the pitch change itself is satisfactory, i.e. You pull back on the stick and the pitch does change. Your vertical speed does not. That is actually why my landings aren't greasers. Right? Because the pitch changes the vertical speed just doesn't change quickly enough. This leads to landings where you flare the aircraft and it feels like nothing is happening, leading to hard landings. Well, there you have it. Right? Another video to that argument. You can see that for a given pitch change of nearly 5 degrees, the vertical speed doesn't contract at all, or maybe just by 200, 300 feet per minute. This is inherently incorrect. There you have it. No, it's not a new level of excuses. You have it black on white, Arthur Miko. Armia knows what he's writing about. So the first thing to understand is the mechanisms at play when you pull back on the stick. If you pull back, you increase the angle of attack. That is correct. That increases lift, which is correct. And that increases then with a certain kind of, you know, a kind of, because the inertia needs to change, it will then change the flight path angle. And then as a result, the vertical speed will decrease in that case, or increase, but depending on which way you're pitching. So variation of angle of attack is equal to the variation of flight path angle at a given speed. So vertical speed is geometrically tied to the flight path angle of attack, variation rate, and the true airspeed. So when we report that pitch change, which is equal to angle of attack and flight path angle change in a short time, doesn't change vertical speed, we are immediately confused. Yes, of course. But this says to me, let's go back and check out by the numbers regarding lift. So we checked 2 extreme gross weight variants, both ends of the spectrum, heavy and light, for its angle of attack in the sim. And we were matching the real values in each flap config. So lift coefficient versus angle of attack, slope and positioning seems correct. Lift coefficient
now
versus...
That's how pros do it.
So lift coefficient versus angle of attack is linear, so 2 ends of the spectrum are good enough for testing. We then checked the stall angle of attack according to the flight manual, and we were also correct. So now the confusing part seems to be that lift is technically fine by the numbers, so what on earth is going on? You have then to recognize that in a Sobo's engine, oh, and I know exactly what's going to come now. Certain characteristics like drag are cumulative between flap positions, whereas others are not. And the internal engine does what it wants from the value you set with no transparent logic. Now, there is logic behind it, but we are completely blind on how it works. And that's why I've been saying so often that there are issues with add-ons like PMDG, like the FENIX, that are caused by a Sobo's main engine. Alright? And if these developers don't get access to exactly what's underneath, well, how on earth are they going to fix their issues? Alright? And that's why I've called them out, Sobo, to be arrogant. Because, again, if you want to make sure you have a really, really good flight sim, you need to be a little bit more open about your systems and be a little bit more, you know, supportive for these add-on makers, because let's face it, in the end, the gamers will leave at some point because they get bored of that stuff. But we have the big, you know, hardcore community that wants to continue to fly and enjoy Microsoft Flight Sim with all the add-ons. But in order for that to be possible, they need to adapt. They need to be able to change and improve their, you know, the products and the add-ons as well. No, Birdman. You did not buy an aircraft that is broken. No, you bought an aircraft where you have, you know, some great people trying to get their aircraft connected to a Sobo's flight engine, aerodynamic engine, and all that's included in that. All right, so No, it's not a fight. No, it's not. It's not a fight. It's just simply a relationship. You want to have a good relationship, and that means that a Sobo needs to be more open, in my opinion, to these add-on makers. Yeah. Well, let's hope they change the way pretty soon. What else is there? So, okay, so they continue to say, so Amir says, and in the deployed flight model, we have verified correct lift coefficient versus the angle of attack slope, which with each flap position and correct stall angle of attack as above. Drag has also been painfully tuned to get correct flaps to drag, which is really quite wrong in the 0.104 old version. So now drag is hidden computation by the lift, and camber entries are, so anything related to tweaking the drag is not easy. You can often find then you are happy with the lift coefficient versus angle of attack, but then the drag is completely off because the camber input needs to achieve this perfect relationship between lift coefficient and angle of attack. So it's a bit of a nightmare to get all in line with official performance figures and tuned correctly. But we're there based on the results from testing, so that's great. So the latest updates, dev updates, are getting closer to the real aircraft. Then why is the airplane non-responsive to pitch change? This is a very confusing result if one assumes that physics engine is a perfect recreation. And so let's go back to the real world video to observe what a real A320 does. So they have a video landing in Salzburg from the flight deck and so on. Right, it's a lot of text, guys. So if you want, yeah, just read through that. Some very, very interesting points that Amir is making, and also underlining that with facts. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, if I were a developer trying to get my aircraft into a state where people would be happy, then of course, you know, you would focus more on the takeoff part and the landing part, right? So, because that's what people using flight sims will be most interested, you know, in using and you know, trying to get satisfaction from. So, as far as I understand what Amir is saying is that if you know, make sure you have that correctly tweaked, then the flight model in flight with the flaps, etc., you know, may be completely off. Because imagine let's say the ground effect engine or the ground effect simulation in a Sobo's flight model. You know, if you don't know exact what it's actually doing, well, how on earth are you going to be able to use your add-on and make sure that you know, it behaves correctly in the flare once it gets into that ground effect? Yeah, so the gist of the thought process is that there's only a 0.3 degree difference between the real and engineering data from FENIX to the real aircraft. Oh, it is. You can't even see 0.3 degrees on the prime flight display, really. So definitely very, very, yeah, very accurate. Yeah. Yeah, so Brendan Beery, you would need to go... actually, Brendan, have a look at this article. If you read through this article, you will be able to understand a bit better what the issues are. So Amir Hussainite is the developer of the FENIX, and so yeah, he's broken down the the issues right now regarding lift, angle of attack, and the vertical speed behavior. So literally he was saying that they were trying to find a fix where even though you change the pitch of the aircraft, and if you look at the your flight path vector here, so what he's saying is that this is the pitch of the aircraft. So right now we're about 3.5 degree pitch. This is the flight path vector. So this is the flight path of the aircraft. So it's on the horizon, meaning we're in level flight. So the angle of attack is about 3.5 degrees, let's say. So if I just go quickly do some of that. So if I change the pitch, so I'm going to pitch down, you see how there's a slight delay between the angle of attack and the change of the flight path, and this is because of inertia, right? So if you watch the vertical speed indication there, so as you come into the flare, so let's say you're doing minus 900 feet or 800 feet per minute, right? And then you go and pitch up the aircraft, you pull back on the stick. There's going to be a slight delay because of inertia, but vertical speed will then follow the trend of the flight path vector, obviously. But if that's not the case, because there's something wrong with the Asobo internal model, well, you do everything right for the flare. The aircraft simulates it correctly, so the flight path changes, but the vertical speed doesn't change accordingly. And then you slam it into the runway, because we're talking about what? Split 1 or 2 seconds, right? So that's exactly the feel that I've had when I come into the flare, and I do my normal actions in the flight stick that I do in real life as well, right? I have a muscle memory when I land the real aircraft, and it doesn't work obviously then in Microsoft Flight Sim because it's just not responding as the real aircraft. And so empirically, so with all the data that that Amir just posted, and that they're going through, the aircraft should behave in a certain manner, and so Microsoft should actually simulate it in the same manner as the imperial data proves, and as the real aircraft behaves, but it just doesn't or didn't. And so yeah, they're trying to find a fix for it externally, if you like, to then make sure that it behaves again the way that you expect it to behave, like a real aircraft. Yeah. So Flylula says SU-11 has a new air simulation. Okay, interesting. Well, here's the thing. So imagine this. So Cyanide has just gone through weeks of going through the data and trying to reprogram, and trying to fix that issue. And now SU-11 comes out maybe with a new air simulation. So now they've got to rewrite stuff again so that the FENIX will behave correctly. It's a nightmare, really. So yeah, pain. Is it just thermals? Well, yeah, I mean, if anything,
you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, seriously. If anything, you tend to experience ballooning after flare. It depends, I guess, Birdman. So if you go and flare very early, it could happen, maybe. Maybe then you get into the ground effect. The ground effect takes hold, and you get into that ballooning stage. But if you do a landing where you come down at a certain vertical speed, and you are, you do the brake, so the flare a bit later, but a bit more aggressively, and it all depends on your personal preference on how you flare the aircraft. It's the same in the real aircraft.
Black box.
Thank you so much, Voyager. Good night. Take care. So there's pilots that will flare, let's say, at 30 feet or 35 feet, and not flare as strong initially. And then there's people that have learned to flare later, let's say 20 feet, but then it will have to be more aggressive on the pitch change, right? Because then they have less time until impact to change that flight path of the aircraft, and hence the vertical speed. Well, okay, so thermals is something I'm definitely going to be interested to see, especially with glider planes. However, real deal. Here's exactly my worry. If I look back on how Asobo simulates these aerodynamic behaviors, or aerodynamic behavior, or influences like updrafts, downdrafts, wind gusts, etc. It's always been overdone. So my fear is that these thermals are overdone, and you literally are then fighting not only left and right wind gusts, you're also fighting extreme up and down drafts, which do not happen that way in real life. So here's my worry. Once that is released, it's going to be a nightmare for a lot of us trying to get the aircraft down, you know. Oh, I hope so. So I hope that the beta teams and testing will make sure it doesn't happen. But I mean, like I said, looking back over history of the sim, so Bergman and Brendan, yeah, don't get too hung up on people's opinion about how to flare the plane. Make sure that you find your own personal, method. And there's different ways of landing an aircraft. So yeah, have a look which you find more comfortable and reliable. Let's say reliable, not comfortable, but more reliable for you. Oh yeah, Icebird. I know that that programs get released too early, and then we customers are a bit like beta testers in the end, but still, there's some things you can, make sure that that works, satisfactory before it comes out. Right, we're at the coastline now. Look at that. Now, the Atlantic coast here, west side of France, is something I'm amazed about in real life as well. Hundreds of kilometers of just, sand beaches. Absolutely incredible. Right, now, we've been complaining a lot right now. However, let me just stress something. In the end, it's about a certain product and, how you enjoy it. So there's people that will focus more on the visuals. There's, people that focus more on sounds. And then, of course, you have people, especially readable pilots maybe, or people that fly in real life, about, aerodynamics, focusing more on that area. So you probably can't please everyone at the same time, but for me, with the amount of time that I spend in Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm enjoying it. It's just little things where you would say, okay, that's just not quite right. It's a shame it's not quite right, but in the end, I still enjoy the Flight Sim. And yeah, but again, like Army wrote, they are doing everything they can, trying to adapt the behavior of the aircraft so that people, can enjoy their landings, and you have a more predictable way of landing the aircraft. If we are enough to vote, in last beta they made polls to check what people like, dislike, but yes, they're right, there's too much in the beta, okay. By the way, I have a question regarding the A320. Is there anything about specific that happens if you shoot an RLS with both? No. So it's just so frank. It has to do with the landing capabilities of the aircraft. So single channel, dual channel would be in the Boeing planes. So if you fly the PNG 737, you have single channel, dual channel. For us, we always use both autopilots. It's an SOP, but it always has just to do with, is it fail operational or fail safe? I.e., if one autopilot system fails, can the other take over and land automatically? Or if the autopilot fails, will it drop out and not be in autoflight anymore and just continue in a stable fashion forward? So that's why we do use both autopilots all the time as a standard operating procedure. So Elliot, have a look at the app. You have 2 options. You have display quality, which you can change between quality, balance, and performance, and then you can also choose how those displays shall be rendered. So I've set mine on an Intel UHD graphics chip on the main board. So I'm not using the normal GPU, and I'm not using the CPU for the rendering of these displays. I'm doing that with a third internal GPU chip, if you like, that's on the main board, which is normally not used. Do you find yourself spending more time on Microsoft Flight Sim than any other sims these days? Yeah, so really, I would say 70% Microsoft, 25% X-Plane, and only 5% P3D at the moment, yeah. Iceberg, thank you. I mean, with the SU11 beta, we only got the client changes, not the content changes, to put it in P3D terms. So let's see how that goes. I can understand perspectives. Big update, but obviously also bears risks. Oh yeah, and with Kistos, I also agree it's still in process of being developed and continue to improved. So you know, that's a good thing. It's not finished yet. When is SU11 to be released? I don't know. Maybe Lilo knows or has heard something. So Senshai, so on the Twitch chat, Senshai says that he set the display render on the CPU and that works good on the 9900K. Okay. Yeah, so Elliot, I'm using quality, but I have a very strong CPU. 12900K and also a good graphics card. So yeah, it's quality. That's what I've set it to. Yeah. Mednoy had a wind shear in X-Plane 12 in Surgut with wind calm. Oh god. Okay. Hey France. Yeah, real deal. My hope is just that it's, you know, the thermals are not overdone. I'm not joking. In summertime, in the real aircraft, having thermals is something that is definitely a challenge for pilots. No joke. I've actually had to go around because stabilization criteria were actually then missed because of updrafts that was so strong, especially in the 319. That can get you out of limits regarding your stabilization criterion. So it's something we battle in real life, and if Microsoft Flight Sim comes in and just simulates those thermals too strong all the time, I'm telling you, people are going to struggle badly with landing aircraft. I'm not familiar with Ryzen's, unfortunately. Maybe someone else is, Elliot. I've always been using Intel CPUs. Hey, Jacob. Good evening. So 11th of November is where it's supposed to come out. SU11, 11th of November. Okay, well, there we go. Oh yeah. So that's the thing. That's on top, isn't it? So you have, you know, up-down drafts because of the mountains, so mountain waves, if you like. That's already challenging. So imagine you also have, you know, normal thermals on top of that. Cool. Let's get the weather, shall we? Yeah, but interesting discussion. So I'm happy that Cyanide, so Amir came in and let us know of the article that he wrote on the forums there to explain what's going on. Yeah, some nice insight. No, so Frank, it's more the wind kind kind of wind up and down drafts. It's not thermals. Thermals is something different. So thermals are like pockets of air, hot air, going up. Right, or you have, you know, thunderstorms that have updrafts and then downdrafts at certain parts of the thunderstorms. But pure thermals, so heated air over the ground that then goes like bubbles. Think of it as, you know, little bubbles that just, you know, lift off the ground and then go up. Yeah, they're like lava lamps. That's a good explanation, Christopher. Yeah, like in lava lamps. Yeah. So you have, you know, the light at the bottom heats up the liquid, and then yeah, exactly. So that's how the thermals work. Yeah. So if you fly a glider plane, the big challenge there is to trying to find areas where you think you have a higher likelihood of these thermal bubbles being created, and then catching them as they go up. Anybody else having issues later with GSX vibrating the plane on pushback causing hot brake? No, that's a weird one. Really? Okay. Yeah, CPU bottleneck. That's. Yeah, so maybe if you go check out in the BIOS if you have a graphics chip on your main board that you can try. And anyways, yeah, like Bob says, try different settings. Just go through the different display render settings. See if any of them help you. Yes, Elliot, the reason why you look at the end of the runway in the flare is so that you have you use a peripheral vision to get a good feel of how fast you're coming down. Now, in the sim, I will admit, in the sim, it doesn't really work that well because you don't have peripheral vision in the sim, right? But still, I would still, as you go into the flare, let's say 50 feet or 100 feet, just look at the end of the runway, not at your aim point anymore. Yeah. Street says, big shout out to the FENIX team that is working hard to produce a great Airbus to the Microsoft Flight Sim community. Yeah, I know, right? So it's a bit unfair being shouted at, and really not really, you know, your addon's not causing the issues really. Hey, nice. Yeah, all the best for your CPL. Then so PPL first and then CPL. Nice, Elliot. All the best for that. Happy landings. Oh yeah, real deal. Yeah, of course. Again, I don't want to sound too negative, so I'm happy. So if it weren't for, you know, Microsoft Flight Sim, where would we be right now? Yeah, you know what we have. We'd have X-Plane, we have DCS, and we have P3D, right? And again, it's about enjoyment, isn't it? It's about enjoying aviation, and the more immersive you can get it, like these visuals, right, the better, the more joyful your flight will be. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have to be careful not to be too negative about something, and you know, lose focus on the good things. Yeah. Yeah, Elliot, fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep on grinding, as they say. Yeah. Just gonna put in the landing runway from the other side. So we're gonna put Asturias. So let's see. We did get the. So let's do that. So we have 125 miles to go with 35,000 feet. There is no control here. Let me just check. Nope, no control here either. That's fantastic. That's all good. So let me get the weather and then we'll enter that. So let's update the weather here. So we've got Asturias 230 at 3. So theoretically we do not have to circle. But I do want to do some hand flying with the dev update here in FENIX. Oh, that's interesting. So it says 3,000 meter visibility to the northwest, no significant cloud, 21/10. I wonder where that... you know what? That may just be a kind of a wrong automatic measurement, because that doesn't make sense. Or it could be a fire or something, smoke, I don't know, but that is a bit strange to see that. So 21 and 1015. And 230 at 3. Good. So for the minimum, we do want to do a low-level circling. Now, this may go very wrong because it's a very low-level circling. I think 660 feet, something around that. So definitely, you know, a circling that you can mess up really quickly. So it says here for the circling, it's not authorized south. Well, because we have high terrain there, obviously. So we're going to circle on the northern side, and the minimum is going to be 1,100 feet. That's about 700 feet above the runway. So very low level. So 1,100 is for us. Well, actually, no. It's officially it's 1070,070, and we use 1,100 for the circle. Right. So where is my FS2 crew? There it is. So let me enter the. No, not that. Let me enter the data here. So for the landing, RatNav. Oh, really? So Birdman, I'm sorry, I'm not really musical at all, which is a shame, I know. But and I admire people that are able to play an instrument. Yeah, so I have no idea what song that is, Asturias. So the arrival takes us a marker, level 100 above, then to Charlie to Rockhill for the initial approach fix, then we'll descend down on the ILS. We have a 3-degree normal profile, step down to 2,300 there, and then minimum is 1,100 for the circling. We'll do that to the north. And we need Victor Echo Sierra for that. Oops. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Yes. Yeah, you too, Elliot. All the best. Good. So, one thing that I would also recommend of doing if you're doing a circling or visual approach is do an extended center line. So go to fix info and just put in the runway 11 and then have a look at the runway course. Hey Mark, how you doing? And so runway course 289 this way, so 289, and put that under radial, and that way you'll have a lovely blue line, dotted line, that will help you get established onto the final path for the circling there. Right, we need to descend, just seen that, so descend. Let's go level 150 initially, because I'm not sure, because I can see the Pyrenees Mountains there. So let's go thrust idle descent out blue 150. So let's have a look at the grids. Sectors there. Currently we are there. Yeah, so 10.7, 10.5. So 11,000 would be the lowest we could go right now. So 15 is fine. And then I want to do the landing calculations. Bob, that's good to hear. Right, runway 11 for landing. Apply the METAR. Landing weight is 63. We'll use auto brake medium. Max reverse, flaps full, manual landing. And we want to have braking action. Good, so dry runway. So medium is 1,500. Low, no, low has not enough margin, so we'll use auto brake medium. That's fine. Thank you, Max. You too. Take care. Right, so that's done. That's done. That's done. Medium. Cool. Are you ready for the approach brief? Go ahead. So we do a visual approach. Transition level. That's a good question, actually. Transition level. Is about 7-0 then. So 070 performance. Next phase 070. And enter that here as well. 7,000. Decision is at 11. Oh, actually 1070. 11. Arrive at airport is at. What was that? 3 that's 400 feet. So 400 feet elevation, threats, terrain, port land, no. Good. So we're arriving via the Amaka 2 Charlie, followed by the ILS Zulu 29, and then followed by the visual circling runway 11. Sector is 7,200 in the east, north is 4,000. And then in the west 6,000 and the south 9,200, very high there, so it's better to circle here obviously. Extra fuel. Oh, actually missed approach. In case of a missed approach from the ILS, we'll follow the instrument missed approach procedure, which goes straight ahead 289 from Victor Echo Sierra outbound to 80 to 50 feet, then turn right to max 185 knots. 094 degrees heading, intercept the outbound radial 029 to 21 dBs, and we're climbing 5,000. If we are doing that in a circling, we'll do the missed approach, Bork landing, and turn north, intercept that 029 outbound to 21 dBs, and we'll climb 5,000 as well. Extra fuel right now. We have about 900 kilograms, 27 minutes. That adds up to the flight plan quite nicely. So good for one more approach. Don't get too excited in a circling. Yes, hang on. What do you mean in real life or on this on VATSIM? I don't think we have control, do we? No, we don't have any control then. In real life. Oh god. Okay, so yeah, I've not been there in real life, so no idea. Let's have a look. Are we close to Bilbao? All right, so wrong path. Look at that view. Wow. Oh, you guys. Okay, so there's Amaka. Perfect. Taxi in, hotspots, etc. So let's have a look. So we'll fly the approach with localizer flight path angle or vertical speed down to the minimums, and then we do the circling. We'll do a standard circling, meaning that we're going to break off 45 degrees, 30 seconds wings level, then go downwind, a beam position, take the timer, and since we're going to circle in about 700 feet height, we're going to use 21 seconds minus tailwind component for the outbound leg. The circling will be done in a config 3, gear down.
Black box.
Alfabico, thanks for joining today. Muchas gracias. Take care. So we'll circle in config 3, gear down until we hit base, where we go config 4, and then yeah, land. So that's the theory to it. Anything else? Taxi in after landing. So we take Charlie or the end, taxi to the apron, Bravo or the other one, Alpha. And hotspots, nothing really, so that's fine. Anything else? Yeah, we talked about non-standard, meaning circling. Threats. Well, so one threat in doing circling approaches, obviously, bank angle limits which are busted, vertical speed limits that may be busted. So good call-outs would be important. So monitoring pilot needs to do early and good call-outs. Be go-around minded. Don't be target fixated. Be go-around minded. In that case, we talked about procedures. It's all good. Any questions? No questions. Wow, look at that. We are going to send down to 11,000 or 110. So 110. Just increase the speed a bit to 80 or to 70. So imagine if it chose the right-hand seats, how boring initially that approach would be. Or even the circling would be pretty boring as well for you guys. So yeah, better to be on the left-hand seat there. No, 30 Astur, so we do 30 seconds. If you want to know the exact procedure, if you go to my website, you'll be seeing that there. Look. Yeah, so just go to our website, look for docs. There under documents you will find the procedures, approach procedures, and there you have the visual approach. Actually, no, I forgot. I want to publish Senshai. We need to publish the circling approach. Yeah, I need to give you that. The circling, or is it somewhere else? No, it's, yeah. Yeah, I think I only have a PDF file for that. Cool. We'll descend now down to... Yeah, let's go down 2,300 feet and do that managed. So 2,300 feet managed will be fine. I'm not sure, Senshai. I think I just did a workshop file on that. Alright, we could go speed managed. Well, yeah. Yeah, have a look here. So, Creeks, if you go to my website, if you go to procedures, so documents procedures, no, hang on, where was that? Hold on, checklist, sorry, checklists. Right, so, man, where was it? Jedi, where did we put the single engine taxi? Oh, not yet. Okay. Yeah, so we will have that. We will have that. Those procedures. Ah, okay, Sentra, no worries. I thought we, yeah, I thought you already put that on. Okay, don't worry, no worries. Beautiful, look at that. No, don't touch that. Cabin crew, be seated for landing. Oh my god. Approach checklist. Bar row ref. Restart the checklist. Bar row ref. Have a good landing in Nassau. Nice. So we'll descend down and we're going to set QNH 1015. Set QNH. Set QNH. Yes, that was thing. Restart the checklist. Bar row ref. QNH 1015 set. Set and checked. 1015 set. Seatbelts on. Minimum. Bar row 1070 feet. Set. Set and checked. Set and checked. Auto brake. Medium. Medium set. Oh god. Set and checked. Engine mode selector. Normal. Approach checklist completed. So we got the localizer identified. Alpha Victor Sierra. And let's activate the approach phase. Start slowing down. He had too much salad. I don't know what's wrong with him today. I don't know what's wrong with him today. Alrighty. So, I'm going to go lock blue. Get on the localizer, lock star lock. So the important thing is that we don't bust these minimums. So 5,000 here, 3,700 there, and then we reach the final altitude 2,300 feet for the approach. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. Right, for the circling, make sure that timer is reset. That's really important later on. One thing though, guys, does Microsoft Zobo have a standard Asturias airport? I hope not, because I didn't check that. I checked the sceneries in. I can see the airport there, but I didn't check if it has double scenery. Ugh. Okay, thanks. Good to know. Right, I need to get down. I need to get some speed brakes out. Do most pilots you fly with the approach land with the auto throttle holding with ref? No, so we do manual thrust at our company. And if anything, you have managed speed, so the autopilot would hold the approach speed. Yeah, so there's airlines that do manual thrust, and there's airlines. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2. So thrust at 11%. So we're going to get down to the final approach altitude, this is glide slope here. Now we're not going to capture this glide slope because then it's a bit more difficult to get out of the approach mode later on. So we're just going to go ahead and use lock and then flight path angle.
2,500.
Is checked. At what point? Well, manual flight. So Sasan, we do, as soon as we go manual flight, so we switch off the autopilot, we switch off the auto thrust as well. Hey, technical, how you doing? Star. That does look gorgeous. Love it. So, out is capture. So I'm going to put the missed approach 5,000 feet in. Oh, no, up down. So disregard. So I'm going to put 1,100 for circling. So we need to autopilot for that. There we go. So let's go down. Flight path angle. -3 degrees. Gear down. Gear down. Gear down. Cabin crew, be seated for landing. Flaps 3. Speed checked. Flaps 3. Ooh, a bit of wind gust there. So we're leveling off, and on the secondary flight plan, what I should have done is I should have just put in 1,000. Checked. So secondary, copy active, and then there I want to do arrival, and just put in the runway 11. There you go. 100 above. Good. So
100 above.
45 degrees to the right. So 335 or 334, breaking off for the circling. Asturias traffic, Wuling. 84 Sierra is breaking off to the north for the circling runway 11 in Asturias. Guys, I'll answer the questions after landing. So look at that, it's an elevated airport. So wings will level. Didn't quite catch the 30 seconds, we'll do 20 seconds from here on. So we want to have round about 2 miles offset. Now actually a bit less since we're doing low level circling. So that is just brilliant. Look at that, gorgeous. Right, let's go back downwind. activate the secondary. Then we can use manage speed again. So we are a beam position in a second, not quite there yet. There you go. So we have a little bit of tailwind, but we'll. So we're going to restart that and do manage speed here. There we go. And then we want to have progress page for the distance of the threshold. Minimums checked. So I was a bit late on the timer, so manual flight. Manual thrust. Flaps full. Speed checked. Flaps full. So it's really important that you don't start your descent. Right? You need to make sure that you catch hold of the runway threshold and have a look at your distance to the airport. So don't descend. We're still 2.3 miles out. So 2 miles will be 600 feet above the threshold. So once we hit 2 miles, we can start our descent. Here's the airport. Oh, it's beautiful, kind of calm sea. Landing checklist. Ecamp Nemo. Landing no blue. Landing checklist completed. Oh, turn final. Right, we can start descent here. Yeah, overshot a bit there. 30-degree bank. And descending. A bit fast as well. So what I'm missing my first officer callouts. Ooh, careful with the sink rate. Oh, wow. Okay, so, ooh. Not sure what happened there. Alright. That's going to go around flaps. Go around flaps. Check. Positive climb. Gear up. Gear up. Autopilot 1. Thrust and climb up blue, heading auto thrust.
Traffic F113 Charlie Lima, direct large is
flaps 1.
For a hold.
Speed checked. Flaps 1. Asturias traffic, fueling 84 Sierra is in a missed approach. We'll turn left now to stay north of the field.
Good night, black box.
Lilo, good night.
But traffic F113 Charlie Lima, then I think yeah, we'll fly with a 5 mile offset of last seat from our hold there.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to go do the approach, go ahead. I'll circle north. Lilo, good night to you. Yeah, that was a really weird behavior.
And for 13 Charlie Lima, Roger. We'll do a full circle to intercept the final again for runway 29 at Asturias.
Flap 0. Speed checked. Flaps 0. Right, as mentioned, we're going to stay north here. 029 radial. What is going on? Autopilot, Jesus. Right, so I don't know if what's caused the issue there with the controls. I was literally full left aileron there, and the aircraft was kind of falling. Camp Nemo was kind of dipping. The right wing was kind of dipping down to the right. I was like full left aileron there. That was a bit strange. So I'm using a DEF flight model that Armia sent me. So I'm not sure Yeah. What I'll do, Sana, I'm going to do a normal approach here, a normal ILS, straight in landing. And then I'll see how that goes. And then I may just do a touch and go. Yeah. Because speed, we actually overspeed a bit as well. So it wasn't that we low speed. And yeah, it's kind of weird. It just behaved a bit strange there. Difficult to put into words. Right, I'm going to go downwind here. Asturias traffic, Vueling 84 Sierra is turning to the east for a ILS 29 in Asturias. Right, let's do flight plan. Yeah, it could have been a wind gust as well. I'm not saying that's not possible. It could have been, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like a, you know, like a wind gust or something. Arrival. Take Zulu 29. No star and no Lyon. Insert. So activity approach phase. That's all in there. And for the minimums, we'll put in now a straight-in minimum, which is 610.
After this traffic, F1 monthly, Charlie Lima, 2.5 miles final for runway 29.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not the new thermals will be like that. So one thing I noticed, sign out if it's any help, I noticed that the nose dropped, and that could have been a kind of a downdraft.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to
but
the
then I pulled back
cabin,
on the stick
where
quite hard,
complimentary drinks, snacks,
and it just did not react.
Infotainment will be served.
Very,
Thank you.
you know, very responsive. And then, as I was pulling up, the right wing it felt as if the right wing stalled or something really weird. So, hey Weasel, how you doing? Thanks so much for your subscription. Thanks for joining the community. Where's my applause? There we go. Thank you so much for that. Right, ILS is showing. We'll descend down to 2,300 feet. Right. Also, I just want to check something real quickly. Make sure that I have neutral settings here. Because I may have messed about with those after the last update. No. Well, it's minus 20. So Army said he uses linear. So let me use linear as well. It was minus 20, but let's do that. Done. Yeah. Hey, Street. That's really kind. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah. Thank you. Right, let's go down. 2,300.
The Captain Black Box Duo Channel.
Oh, there we go. Street, thanks for the sub.
Could
Thank you
new
so much.
subscribers please make their
4
way
months
to the
in a row.
first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight infotainment will be served. Thank you.
Approach checklist. Restart the checklist. Ecamp memo. So it's now kind of completely desynced here.
Traffic, F1 monthly, Charlie Lima, vacate the runway.
Set QNH. All right, we'll pick it up on the landing checklist. Hey! Oh my God, Lilienthal.
Subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Hey, Lilienthal, thank you so much for 69 months. Good God, that's such a long time. Yeah, for those that don't know, Lilienthal was the very first subscriber here on Twitch. How many years ago? 6 years ago now? My God. Thank you so much, Leading Time. So, flaps 1, speed is checked. I need to do that this way, flaps 1. Yeah, so Felipe, we have Cyanide, so Amir from FENIX here with us. So he gave me a updated file for the flight model, which is supposed to help improve the behavior of the flap movement and the so get rid of the ballooning or dial down the ballooning effect, and then also the flare to have a better flare simulation. Yeah, and he posted an article. If you want to read that, he posted an article which is very nice to read. Very lots of insight, lots of details there.
2,500.
Yeah, but flare is it exactly.
Altimeter alive.
Thank you. Yeah. Approach mode is armed. We'll do Glass Blue, Lock Blue, Cat 3 Dual, Autopilot 1+2. What I'll do though, I'm going to do a flaps 2, speed is checked, flaps 2. Let me do a raw data approach here. Just do some hand flying. Just get a feel of the aircraft. Yeah, so roll responsiveness is good. So that's exactly how I would expect it to roll. Pitch responsiveness at the moment. Right. So that's it's Amir, that has not changed then, unless I use the new complete FENIX software. Is that correct? So I'm pretty much still on the normal. Just wondering what has changed regarding the flight model that I'm using. Okay, correct, yeah. So it's just the flare behavior then that's a bit different. Okay, cool. Guys, what I will do, if you want to stick around, now it's a bit late now. I made that, yeah, I'll test it offline, Amir. Okay, I'll give you some feedback. And then we'll see if you're happy with it, then I may use it on Thursday stream. If not, or if you're not happy with it, then I won't use it, obviously. Do I have a list of gear that I'm using? Let me just here. So no, these are the Bravo add-ons. Hold on. I know I do have a list somewhere. I'm not sure if it's here. Probably not. Right, descent point, missed approach 5,000 feet is set, 5,000 set. Gear down. Okay, the plan is as follows. Asturias traffic, Vueling 84 CRS on a 3-mile final in Asturias. And we're doing a touch and go. So we'll do touch and go. I am going to do the circling again and see whether or not that was just some wind gusts. And we'll do the circling the other way. So we're coming in from the west this time then. So flaps 3. Speed check.
1000.
Flaps 3 and flaps 4. Speed check. Flaps 4. Yeah, so the responsiveness now is alright. So we just had a downdraft and it did correct it as normal. So that's currently I'm happy with it. You know, even though it's still an old model, I'm not unhappy with it. So that's all fine. Continue. Landing checklist. Landing checklist. Restart the checklist.
Ecamp memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
500.
Okay, so what about the flare then?
100 above.
Was the issue with the flare only in config 3 then?
Minimum.
Continue. Oh, look at that. Approach lights. Lovely. Loving it.
100.
Oh, it was the 4, okay.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Oh, nice. Right. Toggle power set. Let's do that. Ooh. Rotate. Sorry for my bad control here. Looking down. Positive rate going 0. Right. So, Sancho says, "Oh, he had it in a flat full." That was actually nice. It responded, so it definitely responded more quickly with the descent rate. That was actually good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was nice. And again, guys, you have to realize that I'm using pretty much my normal muscle memory from real-world flying. Aaron, no worries. Thanks a lot for joining, Aaron. Thanks for joining the flight. It's a dev build, Traki. So, well, it's not even a complete dev build. It's just the flight model for the flare was changed, and I've been given the file. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Out star. Okay, let's do one more try with the circling. This time the other way around. So we're going to go ahead and fly the ILS 11. Let's do the VUR 11 then. No start, no via. Insert. We'll hold the circling again at 1100 feet. So performance, activate approach phase, and the minimum again is 1100 feet for the circling. That goes off. That goes off. There's final descent at 2000. Let's go down 2000 feet. Yeah. So the initial issue I had. Let's do manual flight. Right, hang on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just check again. That was something weird again. So, here's the thing. With currently config 0, the pitch, Amir, is really sensitive for me. It's a lot more sensitive than I would have expected it to be at this stage. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So this will be the feeling I had before, and I dialed down the pitch sensitivity by 30%. Yeah, that's definitely too much. Pitch up more than pitch down, to be fair. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. Yeah, definitely too much pitch authority there. Flaps 1 as well, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just pulling back. Let me just put the joystick. I'm just doing very small inputs. See how quickly the pitch changes here.
2,500.
And I'm even in a bank, so yeah, really a bit too much. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I have control.
No, I have control. I have control.
You have control.
Yes, please. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
This is where it gets a bit weird, Astur. I do agree. Oh. Aaron, good night to you. Take care. Right, so gear down.
Gear down.
Okay, right now,
cabin crew, be seated for landing.
The pitch authority now is better. So definitely not so fast anymore, you see? So now, with the speed being a bit lower as well, although the pitch... Why is the spoilers out? What? Hang on. Right, you seeing this, Amir? Yeah, I don't know why... Yeah, that is a bit weird. Okay, so... Yeah, spoilers were out. Yeah, that's why...
100 above.
Now that... Still that downdraft? Oh no, it's a downdraft or something else messing about. So why is that?
Minimum.
Hold on. No, they're still there. Yeah, I do have a hardware spoiler, but you can see that the hardware is pretty much the same as the spoiler level. You see? So I'm not sure why it would act spoilers out. Yeah, and of course, that, you know what? That may be the reason why the aircraft behaved so strangely on the first approach.
Minimum.
Because of course, with the spoilers out, yeah, you lose a lot of lift, and the the roll rate gets a lot quicker as well, so it behaves in the roll completely different with the spoilers out.
1,000.
It's a shame that we didn't see the other approach there. We'd have to reset all 3 secs for that. Yeah, I think that as well. So yeah, definitely that has to do the roll issue. Then yeah, definitely with spoiler stuff. Your hardware is overwrite the software, it would seem. How can that be? So let me just unbind that then. But that hasn't happened before though, Cyanide. I'm pretty sure that has never happened before. Nah, still has it. Asturias. Well, we're not supposed to do that here on the stream, to be fair. Yeah, but hang on. Okay, so control options. Let me just go through my settings here, then make sure that nothing's interfering. Just make sure that right. So here, was it spoilers? Yeah, spoilers, wasn't it? So there's nothing there. I don't know, Solid Wings. I don't know. Or speed brakes. Is it speed brakes even? No, spoilers. Yeah, so there's nothing there either. What else do we have? We've got throttle quadrant. So again, spoilers. Right, there's nothing there either on that one. Mouse wouldn't be. Yeah, so there's nothing else. Nothing else that has spoilers anywhere bound to it. So I can definitely say it's not. Well, but that's not being pressed. Toggle arm spoilers. So let's do that. Right, okay, recycle the landing gear, we can try that as well. For sure. But no. This sim is fun sometimes, yeah. Alright, no worries. So yeah, we won't be able to fix that here on the go right now, so let me just do a config 3 landing then. Let's be very careful then with the flight controls. Yeah, flap stream. We already changed the flaps several times, Freda. Yeah. Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, I don't know either what could have caused that. I'm pretty sure that previously, on the previous landing, they weren't deployed, were they? I don't think so. So I'm just going to add a bit of speed there. Let's find out. Well, I mean, previously on the I have the same viewpoint, so maybe if someone could just quickly look back, you know, about 10-15 minutes ago when they did the landing, final approach, if they were deployed or not. That would be interesting to see.
100 above.
Oh, I mean, if we did that in real life, yeah, passengers would definitely be wondering. Continue. Would definitely be wondering what's going on.
$500.
Okay, there we go. So not deployed. So something happened. Thank you much. Yeah. So, well, that's good news then.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box
5.
Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers
Nice
please
though.
make your way to the
I'm not
first
lying.
class
This is
where complimentary
this actually
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
it's better in the flare. Even the spoilers deployed 70 knots. It does feel more responsive, a bit better with the flare, more natural, I would say. So that's good news already. Hey, Christopher, thank you so much for the 50 months here. That's a long time as well. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, so it probably happened on the touch and go. Something went haywire there somewhere, but okay. Now, it doesn't matter, guys. One thing is good news, is that the developers are looking into this, and from my first feel, so the first landing, not this one, but the prior landing, where we did the touch and go, it definitely, even though I dialed down the sensitivity to neutral, it did feel a lot more natural. Absolutely. So that's good news. Oh, now the spoilers retract. Lol.
Good night.
Solinks, good night. Well, I'll tell you what then. Right, so I'm gonna test it tomorrow, guys. I'll be testing it. I'll get in contact with Cyanide and Amir, and I will.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and the entire crew, we'd like to welcome you to
I will do some testing, because I'm intrigued now to see if it really has improved. So if to see if that was just pure luck on those last two landings, or if it actually has improved a lot. So we shall see. Anyways, big thank you to all the support, and I will see you again, if you like, on Thursday. Once again, we are doing a giveaway on Thursday with the FSI panel for the FENIX. And for those that don't know what the FSI panel is, it's a app that allows you to quickly position the aircraft around the airport in the approach departure sector. You can do repetitive approaches, repetitive, landings, quickly reset again without having to restart the sim. So that's really good news, and we'll show that on stream on Thursday. And the developer has offered me a couple of copies to give away on that day.
Thank you very much for choosing to fly with us today, and we hope to see you again in the near future. Thank you.
After landing checklist. Radar and predictive wind shear system off. Oops. Off. After landing checklist completed. And of course, I'll quickly give you a show here for the new Asturias ORBX scenery. Stop here. So let's see if that works. Requested boarding.
The boarding requested.
So Marcus did a really good job with the scenery. He's a really great guy. Fantastic. Love it. Yeah, so the jetway is working. And with the glass jetway, we may even see the passengers aboard, which will be great. Right, so regarding the airport, so we can see that it has interior modeled. That's already great. Love that. That's really nice. So then the other side here, arrival. Nice. Some static aircraft as well. Very cool indeed. A tower. Yeah, and you can see the airport is on a little table mountain, if you like. Huge airport car park. And yeah, the surroundings, just like Bilbao, really beautiful. Oh, what's the other airport? Santander or Santander? Very similar, isn't it? Very nice. Oh yeah, and the GA ramp there as well. Cool. There we go. Lovely. Door is open. Right, maybe it doesn't simulate that. Cool. One more thing, night lighting. Just see what it looks like at night time. And that looks San Sebastian. Okay. Hey Bone King, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, okay, so that's San Sebastian as well. Yeah. A bit darker than usual, but I think realistic, isn't it? And without the with the game filter off, it will look like this. A bit lighter even, so that's actually not bad. Cool. Right. Nice. And the interior from here, beautiful, yeah. Very nice to look at. Coruna, yeah, exactly, Mark. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of as well. Coruna, yeah. Yeah, with the challenging approach there. Yeah. Fantastic. Cool, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again on Thursday if you like. Thanks for all the support, as always, my dear moderators. Thanks for all the help. And, yeah, stay safe, everyone. Hey, Runa. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, thanks for hanging out today. Cool. Guys, thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And I'm just going to check if we have a friend streaming. Let's have a look. Right. If you like, guys, yeah, we'll head over to. I'll host Tattoo Man, although I'm just gonna go to bed as well now because I'm really tired. So Tattoo Man. We'll host him. All right, guys. Thanks again. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Good night.